The other day I was thinking, I just moved into a brand new community. And when I left the city of Toronto, I had a huge community of people who I interacted with on a daily basis. Some I saw, others we talked, but I always had lots of people around me who could support me and help me in whatever I needed. Here in the little community that I've just moved to, I actually know no one. And it's been interesting, things like, wow, I need somebody to just help me hang a picture, or I'd love to go out for a coffee. I'm finding myself having to find new friends. And it's been a long time since I've had to make new friends. But you see, luckily, I do have a big community of people. And in fact, even though I've just moved into a new community, there are so many people who know me and support me that are helping me to meet people. I think 3 or 4 days after I moved into this little house, one of my connections through the Dovetail Network, which is a community of female founders, was having an event about a half an hour away. I was lucky enough to be invited. And off I went to this great event with a whole room full of female entrepreneurs from the surrounding communities. And I ended up meeting some lovely women who I'm still in contact with. The thing that I learned, and I think I've learned this many times throughout my life, is that your community is actually your most important asset, because your community are who keep you safe, who help you when you need to, and who you can help and keep safe when they need you. Communities are essential to our well-being as humans, but also for our careers. When I started my business in 2016, I immediately went out to my community on LinkedIn. Now, in those days, I didn't have nearly as many followers as I do today. But just the simple fact of being able to send an email to all of the people at the time who were following me set us up for success for actually many years. And today I've grown my community on LinkedIn to over 145,000 people. Some of them probably live in the community that I'm in today. When I need support, it's my community I turn to, even when I don't know them personally, because that's what happens when you're in a community. We feel like we know each other, even if we've never met. The contact who had the event when I first moved here, I don't know that we had ever actually met in person. I think we might have been on a couple of Zoom calls, but I'm pretty sure we had never actually physically met. And yet, when we met that day at that event, it was as if we'd known each other forever. She was excited to have me in a small community just 30 minutes away. And while she was doing some travel, she said, as soon as she gets back, we're going to get together and do some work together and actually get to know each other. And I'm looking forward to that. So when you think about your community, how do you support them? How do they support you? Are you talking to them regularly? Are you offering value? One of the things that I like to do with my community is offer value on a regular basis. We're actually having an event in a couple of weeks that I'll talk about a little later, but it is going to be done for our community. Now, if you're not in my community, there will likely be a cost. But for those in my community, we'll be offering that event for free, because I want to support those people who have supported me in whatever way I can. And it's important that we do this. We offer value. We give our knowledge and our expertise. We offer, in some cases, food and lodging, whatever it is to help support those who need the support in the moment. Communities help us to see each other not only as businesses or as career professionals, but as humans. And so when we treat each other like humans, we support each other in ways that go far beyond the businesses and the careers that we're creating. And this is important because who we are at our core is the human that shows up everywhere. We're not the thought leader or the business person or the entrepreneur. Those are labels that go on top of the human who we start as. And so when we choose to show up in our community, what we're doing is we're being vulnerable and showing who we are and what we need in a way that allows others to get to know us better. I often say our greatest strength is our vulnerability. And I've seen this played out again and again and again. Because when we're vulnerable, when we share our truth, when we show up not knowing the answer or being in a place of need, it creates an opening for others to get to know us, to want to help us, to open the doors in ways that they didn't know that they could for us. Often people feel like we're fully formed, that we don't need anything, especially when we are showing up as thought leaders. But that's simply not true. We all need help and we all need support. And so when we show up vulnerably, we give an opening and we let others find that place to help us and support us. I'm showing up asking for your support, asking that you support me first by subscribing to my channel. That always helps. And I love it when I get new subscribers. It's exciting for me. But I'm also asking if you could refer anyone who might be interested in learning a little bit more about becoming a thought leader. Because referrals are the highest form of flattery. And we always need referrals. Now, those referrals could be individuals that you know who want to be seen and heard more. Or it could be the business you work for, the companies you work within, the clients you work for. We do a lot of corporate work. And I'd love to meet some new people in the corporate world who we could help show up more fully, owning their thought leadership as corporate leaders. Watch this space for the event we've got coming up at the end of this month. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be giving away lots of great information that will help you. And I do this as a give back to our community. We're also planning a live event. And that's not going to be until June, but it's going to be exciting, which will be another way for our community to get together. Mark your calendars. It's going to be exciting. I'll be speaking. There'll be some others. And it's going to be lots of fun. And I can't wait to see and meet more of you in person or online. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video. It really helps our channel. And make sure that you've subscribed so that you don't miss any great content. I can't wait to see you in our next video. Check out the links below for free downloads that will help you right now. And remember, our community is our greatest asset and our vulnerability is our biggest strength. So how are you showing up with vulnerability in the communities that you work within? And what communities are you supporting? And how can you do more of that? Have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you right here next week.